What is the seller's responsibility if the pool equipment breaks down during escrow? Hello everybody, Steve Rifkin from Berkshire Hathaway. Welcome to episode number 15 of Real Estate with Steve Rifkin. Today we have a question or a topic texted in. It was texted in by a good friend of mine who is an attorney in New York and works on a lot of real estate closings. His name is Mitch River, and I would highly recommend him if anybody's looking for an attorney. If you're in the middle of contract in New York, he's great and he'll get the job done for you. But anyway, let's see what his topic was. Obligations of seller between contract and closing. So basically, out here, I would interpret that to be once you get the offer and you accept the offer, you have a contract. What's the seller obligated to do? But he got specific. Example, does the seller have to upkeep landscaping? What happens if pool equipment breaks prior to closing? Holes in walls from picture hooks. So let's just talk about that, okay? Landscaping, you got to keep it up, okay? Because in paragraph 11, I'm going to find it here, and I will read it to you. Paragraph 11 of the contract, it says the property, including pool, spa, landscaping, grounds, is to be maintained in substantially the same condition as it was on the date of acceptance. Acceptance is the date you accepted the offer. All debris and personal property not included in the sale shall be removed by the close of escrow. So, if you have been watering your grass once a week, or 3 times a week, I hope, keep on watering it, okay? If you have a gardener coming in once a week, keep them coming in. If you have a pool guy coming in once a week, keep them coming in. So that way the property will stay in substantially the same condition. And as far as the interior of your house, keep it clean, keep it the same way it was when the buyer wrote the offer so there are no surprises. Now, as far as things on the wall and picture hooks, so pictures of personal property, you keep all personal property. But anything attached to the wall is attached to the house and it goes with the house. So I tell my clients, take your pictures, leave the hook. We don't want any problem of somebody pulling out the hook and creating a big hole or damage, so just leave it. And what we have here is called an AVID, an Agent's Visual Inspection Disclosure. That's it, AVID. Basically, as a listing agent, I go around the rooms and I will say there are a picture on the walls and they're being held up by a hook on the wall. So that way the buyer knows that the hook is attached and the picture is going. And the big thing that you want to make sure of if you're a buyer, bathroom mirrors, you always think that's part of the house. If it's attached like a picture, if it's just put on a picture hook, then that bathroom mirror is not an attachment and does not stay with the house. So if you're writing an offer and you see a great bathroom mirror in the powder room that you want, put that on. Got sidetracked a little bit, but that's what we do. If there's a hole in the wall that wasn't there when the buyer came to write the offer, you got to take care of that hole in the wall. Now, if it's regular wear and tear, it's tiny, it's a pinhole, then people know that there was a picture there and that was already disclosed. Now, recently, when I say recently, I'm talking maybe the last 10 years or so, since flat screens became prevalent, there was a sentence, sorry about that, put in the contract about brackets and flat screens. So items excluded from sales, it does talk about flat screens, audio, visual components, things like that. But in bold letters down here, okay, it says, brackets attached to walls, floors, or ceilings for any such component, furniture, or item shall remain with the property. So you take your flat screen, you leave the bracket. Now, maybe the buyer doesn't want the TV in that position where it is, so there's a box that you can check. So that sentence continues with parentheses. It says, or, and if you check this box, will be removed and holes or other damage shall be repaired but not painted. So if the buyer checks that box when they write the offer, then you're under the obligation, if you didn't counter it out, to take your bracket and fix the damage that the bracket made. Okay, so everything is in the contract, everything is understood, so there are no misunderstandings. That's the important thing. What else was on here? Okay, I covered it. Oh, pool equipment. So let's say your pool equipment dies in the middle of escrow. You have to fix it. Now, if you have really old pool equipment and you're already nervous about it, my suggestion is you can get a home warranty. Our home warranty company will write a warranty during the listing period. So you get a home warranty, then if you have any problems with your pool equipment, they will come out and fix it for a service charge. So if you're nervous about that, things falling apart while you're in contract and you're going to have to pay for fixing it, and then you're going to leave the house, you don't have the advantage of it, get the home warranty, and then that way you're covered in case there's a problem. So walkthrough, let's just talk about a walkthrough. You have a walkthrough 5 days, within 5 days before you close the deal. And then you would walk through to make sure the house is in, as paragraph 11 said, substantially in the same condition it was when the buyer wrote the offer. So that's where you need the house, substantially in the same condition that the buyer wrote the offer. So if your backyard was green when they wrote the offer, but it's brown now, that's going to be a problem. So I always suggest you keep watering, you keep the gardener. Now I have some clients who are out of town sometimes, and if their sprinklers aren't hitting certain spots, I make sure I cover that so we don't have any problems at the closing. So just recently I had a woman, and she basically had a job in Texas, and that's where she was, and her backyard sprinklers weren't great, which was already disclosed, but I had the hose out and I was watering the backyard to make sure everything was nice and green when we turned over the property. So that is it. I thank Mitch River for sending in this topic. And once again, any of my friends in New York looking for someone to help them with the closing of a deal, call Mitch because he's awesome and he'll get the job done for you, and he'll do a great job for you. If you have any questions about whether seller is responsible during escrow, there are a lot more things they may be responsible that's not just physical, or if you have any questions about real estate in general, please call me at 818-917-8890, or you can DM me, you can text me, you can instant message me. There are a million ways to get in touch with me. So give me a call, get in touch with me, and I'm happy to help in any way I can. Thanks for watching. See you next time.